Hi everyone, this is Judith Briles, the book shepherd and your author and publishing expert. I have authors ask me all the time, what is front matter and what is back matter to the book? So I thought, let's just walk you through the process. I'm going to use Brian Gass's book, one of our clients we worked with, and his was The Business of Wanting More. The book. It's a hardback book that he did. He had a very specific audience that he was working with, executive teams and CEOs, and it's talking about balance. But we're going to go through the steps. So here's what we had in Brian's book. For example, as soon as you open the book, there is a page where it says, praise for the business of wanting more. So several well-known individuals have really given him wonderful kudos. And then you could have a section on maybe working with Brian, on what he has done to change their organization. Next up, you would have what we call a half page. All right, the book is called The Business of Wanting More, and there is a subtitle, Why Some Executives Move from Success to Fulfillment and Others Don't. You don't see it on the half page. It's just the title. Next up is the full title page, and as you can see, it has everything on it, including the subtitle of Why Some Executives Move from Success to Fulfillment and Others Don't. All right. So we have praise, kudos, and appreciation, whatever they choose to call it. People are talking is something. So you have that as first. If you have it, doesn't mean you have to. A half page, a title page. Next up, critical, is called the copyright page. The copyright page. You can have that. This is going to have publisher information. It'll have categories. It'll have the ISBN on it. It'll have the Library of Congress number on it. It will have how to contact the publisher, maybe get special deals. It'll say the name of the copyright, and it should be the author's name in most cases. Don't ever give over a copyright to a publisher. But you have that information. Tip, if your book is coming out in late fall, put the copyright year the next year. That gives your book legs longer. It looks fresher, newer in that area. So if I had a book available, for example, in November of 2012, I would put copyright 2013, even though you could buy it every day in November and December of 2012. All right, next up would be that if you have any other books that you have written as the author, you would have books also by, the name of you, and then list out the title. You don't give anything else, just in the title. And then follows that is the dedication. Is the book dedicated to any specific individual? In Brian's case, he has to my parents, all right? Then we have a table of contents. Now, some people will just call it contents. Others will call it table of contents, and it'll list it through. Now, some will have the number 1 for a chapter. Some will have it spelled out. Some will have then, you should have the title of the chapter. And we're seeing in some cases, authors will give maybe a sentence, maximum 2, about what this chapter is about. This would be for nonfiction. For fiction, you don't use a table of contents. It just goes and you skip that section. Next up would be, is there a foreword or a preface? That would often be in a nonfiction book, and then followed by an introduction. If you have a fiction book, sometimes there is a prelude of what sets it up and goes forward with it. And then the last thing that's included in the front matter is called acknowledgements. Now, I'm going to put a caveat on that one, because if you have a lot of front matter, if you have a lot of endorsements, people are talking, if you've got a foreword and an introduction, you're talking about a lot of pages before the author has the opportunity to share their words about what this book is all about. And sometimes readers can get a little bit impatient. If you've got a lot of that, you can move the acknowledgement section to the back of the book. I'm Judith Briles. I'm your book shepherd. Until next time.